of the area's most desirable communities. And for a limited time this April, we're offering something we rarely do. Exclusive incentives designed to help you get more from your new home. From a free finished recreation room to premium kitchen and cabinet upgrades to flexible perks like design credits or closing cost savings, there's an opportunity waiting for you. But these offers are available in select communities and only for a short time. Visit LombardoHomes.com or stop by a sales office today.
The pressure on data centers has never been greater. Whether you're expanding capacity, supporting AI workloads, or building new facilities, Graybar works alongside you with the solutions, specialists, and logistics expertise you need today. We help you power performance every step of the way, so your operation is ready now. Yep, Graybar does that.
Welcome to Extra Innings, presented by Graybar. Graybar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. And by Circa Sports. Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. On the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
The Pirates down to their last out. Tying run at first, winning run at the plate. A swing and a high fly ball. That's hit to deep left field. Church back at the wall. He jumps. He makes the catch for a Redbird winner. Up against the wall. Nathan Church was able to keep that in the park. And the Cardinals have won 3 in a row in Pittsburgh, winning tonight 5-4.
That is one heck of a win for the Cardinals tonight. They hold on to get the win. Final score 5-4. Welcome in. My name is Matt Pauley. We're so glad to have you with us as the Cardinals get this win. And this was one that, I mean, you talk about drama down the stretch. Great drama down the stretch. You absolutely got it with this one as they somehow, some way hold on for the victory. Again, final score 5-4. If you want to chime in on the program, multiple ways to get connected. You can call or text 314-436-7900. 314-436-7900. That's how you call or text. You can tweet at me at Matt Pauley on air, MattPauley on air. You can also leave a comment in the video stream on the chat if you want to do that, and we'll be with you as we talk through all things tonight. As, man, this team is so much fun. This team is so much fun to watch play. They don't make it easy on themselves. They certainly did not tonight. Those final 3 innings, the 7th and 8th with the Pirates scoring runs, and then the way the game ended, and the fact that the Pirates had the winning run coming to the plate with the final couple batters. I mean, that is high drama. That is high drama, and it's not only are the Cardinals winning, they're 4 games above 500. Not only are they winning, but they are playing a really entertaining style of baseball, and I think people are enjoying it. I do, and I hope you are enjoying it. Again, would love to talk to you about it. 314-436-7900, 314-436-7900. That's how you call. That's how you text. You can tweet at me at Matt Pauley on air. You know what? Let's get this out of the way right now. We're going to go to our cut of the game, and generally, like the idea of the cut of the game, it's like, you know, you're taking a swing, you're taking a cut. And that's the cut of the game. So often when we're doing cut of the game, we are, playing like a home run or a big double or triple that scored runs or something like that. And I'm going to be a little bit, they're also audio cuts. So I'm going to be a little bit liberal in my definition of cut of the game today. Cut of the game is being brought to you by The Diamond Shop, thediamondshop.net, because I just cannot get enough of this call and the way the game ended today.
The Pirates down to their last out. Tying run at first, winning run at the plate. A swing and a high fly ball. That's hit to deep left field. Church back at the wall. He jumps. He makes the catch for a Redbird winner. Up against the wall. Nathan Church was able to keep that in the park. And the Cardinals have won 3 in a row in Pittsburgh, winning tonight 5-4.
Yeah, that is our cut of the game. That's what we're going with. I'm going to play that as many times as I possibly can because I love listening to it. Cut of the game being sponsored by The Diamond Shop, thediamondshop.net. Again, if you want to get in here, you can do so by calling or texting 314-436-7900, 314-436-7900. That's how you call. That's how you text. You can tweet at me, at Matt Pauley on air. You can leave a comment on the video stream as well. When that game got over, I'm able to access a lot of different video angles of the game. I was looking at just about every angle I could find, and I was going frame by frame, watching it to try to figure out whether or not that ball would have been out of the ballpark had Church not been there. Now, that's a very short wall out there, so it's not like he had to leap and bring it back from over the wall. But I was trying to watch. I was trying to do the thing where you see the trajectory of the ball coming down into the glove and where the glove was at and where the wall was at. I think that would have been a home run had Church not been there. So had Church not been there to make the catch, I think that would have been a game-winning walk-off home run for the Pirates. It would have been close. There's a chance that maybe it could have scraped off the top of the wall and come down. I would need to get all the StatCast data, exactly the trajectory of, and the way the angle was cutting down and everything. But I do think that would have been a home run had the catch not been made. Our guy Ball Game always coming in with his tip of the cap and raise to the glass. Let's go with that text message coming in at 314-436-7900. Says 17th tip of the cap goes to Andre Palante for his 0 for 6 walk to strikeout ratio. No walks from starters the past 2 nights. Raise the glass to Riley O'Brien for a save and rinsing that last outing out of his memory. One of my favorite shots right now, and for those of you who are listening to the game on the radio, we're glad that you were. I'll just tell you, and if you can find the video of it at some point, feel free. It's on social media. It's everywhere. Even a photo of it is on our social media for a tweet that we sent out tonight. Riley O'Brien's reaction to the catch being made in the outfield is awesome. That was, I think he thought it was gone. And his just raw reaction to the catch being made, I loved it. I love that reaction for sure. And that's one of my lasting memories of this season so far. Still very early on, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. So let's go to a text message from, I believe that's the 469. Says, Cardinals are outperforming their numbers, but entertaining for sure. Wow is the Central strong this year. We're about 2 pitchers from taking the division. They, I don't know, just enjoy it. I think there's some really good teams in the division, and I do think the Cardinals are outperforming their talent right now. At the same time, I don't know what's happening right now that's not can't be sustained. Not that it for sure will be sustainable. I just think let's not put the cart in front of the horse right now. Let's just continue to let this thing play out and enjoy a really entertaining brand of baseball. And that's what the Cardinals are playing right now. And I don't think we need to make more of it than what it is right now. If they happen to be in a really good spot 2-3 months down the road, then let's talk about it. If they happen to be doing something special and we're coming up on the trade deadline, then let's talk about it. But at this point, I think it's just enjoy it. Text message from the 618 says they never quit competing. Absolutely. Text message from the 563 says the team definitely keeps you on the edge of your seat. Text message from the 812 says another great win tonight. Glad to see Burley homer tonight. Glad to see Nathan Church show out with the glove again. Good messages coming in. We'll read some more of those coming up in just a moment or so. 314-436-7900. John sends in a message on the video stream. Says another exciting team. This team is fun to watch. Sam says what a win, and Palante was really good. Why do we keep bringing in Stanek every time he comes in and walks somebody and gives up runs? Yeah, so the Stanek thing is it needs to be talked about, right? Because and it's still early on. And I in some ways I think maybe we put unfair expectations upon Ryan Stanek because he came in to kind of fill the role that a Phil Maton had been in, an Andrew Kittredge had been in previously, and we thought that I think a lot of us, and I'll raise my hand on this, maybe I even helped push this narrative a little bit. I think we talk like it's going to be the same, and I don't think it is. Now, he has to be better. He has to be better. Somebody sent in a message, maybe it was on the text line, somebody sent a message that, with Hunter Dobbins coming up tomorrow, the Cardinals should DFA Ryan Stanek. That's not going to happen. What has to happen is Stanek has to start throwing strikes. Stanek has great stuff, like really high-level stuff. The velocity, his ability to get swing and miss, he's just not controlling his pitches right now. That's the problem. Everything that we talk about with Stanek, it really comes down to his inability to control the zone. He has thrown 12 innings this year, and he has 12 walks. That's not sustainable. And then you add in the fact that he's given up 16 hits. And the strikeouts are there. He's got 17 strikeouts in 12 innings. If he didn't have the strikeouts, he'd have a 15 ERA. His ERA is at 9. It's not good. I'm not trying to say it's good. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But the strikeouts are the only reason that it's not worse than it already is. So Oliver Marmol's talked about this for sure, and that that for this team to go where they want to go, Stanek has to be a big part of it. Now, look, if he just never, ever gets going and they at some point have to make a tough decision, then they make a tough decision. So, and I think they could survive that. So the idea that he has to be something for this team, had to, the has and the have, that's maybe a little bit more further than the truth. But the bottom line is Stanek was brought in for a reason. He was brought in to be a high leverage guy, and you need more out of him. And that's where it's at. Now, are we at a point yet where maybe he needs to go handle some lower leverage innings to work through some things? I wouldn't be against that, but I was saying the same thing about Matt Swanson, and they really didn't do that with him. I always think that's a good thing. When you're not going to take a guy off the roster, putting them into lower leverage spots and letting them work through some things, that's something that makes sense. But yeah, Stanek's not performing at a high level right now. He is not. We get a message that says Stanek's only terrible in 43% of his appearances so far. Not poor, not bad, but a god-awful terrible. Yeah, like, it's not good. We don't have to beat up on the guy. It's not good, right? Like, I'm not sugarcoating anything. He's not performing well right now. He's issuing too many walks. And really the bullpen as a whole is issuing too many walks. And they got to figure that out. And we've speaking of pitching and what they're going to do tomorrow, I'm pretty curious to see what the move is going to be. Eric sends a message that says, I think they should send Matt Swanson down to Memphis. They're not going to, unless they go against what they've already said, because Oliver Marmol has been on record saying that they're not going to send Swanson down. And I know he gave up the home run yesterday. I know. But yesterday was a good day for Swanson, just in the sense that after he gave up that home run, he struck out 3, and some of the pitches that he really needs to be effective were effective at that point. So I think that was more positive than negative, even giving up the run yesterday. I'm not trying to spin anything. I'm just, when you want to see Swanson get to a certain point, what he did yesterday is a step in that direction. So I would argue that it was not a terrible day for him. So no, I don't think it's going to be Swanson. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe they move on from Justin Brule. He's somebody that he would have to be DFA'd. I don't know if another team's going to pick him up. I know they want to have 2 lefties in the bullpen. So even if Dobbins is only making one start and saying going back to Memphis, if you do that with Brule, well, then you got to figure out who your other lefty is going to be, even if Brule ends up staying in the organization. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the move is going to be. Is there a scenario where you do that with Brule and then Bryson Motts comes up as a lefty in the bullpen? He's been a starter at Memphis, but are they ready to make a move like that at this point. He would give you some length. He's been pitching well at Memphis as a starter. I don't know. We can throw out a million. I am honestly, legitimately, really interested to see what the move is going to be tomorrow to get Hunter Dobbins onto the roster. Who's on a Roll is sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. J.J. Weatherholt's fifth straight game with an extra base hit. Major League Baseball's longest active streak of an extra base hit. And so, yeah, he just keeps on coming up with extra base hits. It has been fun to see. That is Who's on a Roll, sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. Continuing to take your phone calls, your text messages, your tweets, 314-436-7900, 314-436-7900. That's how you call. That's how you text. You can tweet at me, at Matt Pauley on air, and you can leave a comment on the video stream. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more in just a moment after a great Cardinal victory over the Pirates. Final score 5-4. We've got more in a moment right here on KMOX.
The Diamond Shop, making St. Louis sparkle for over 100 years, offers a wide selection of engagement and wedding rings, fine jewelry, and watches to suit your style and budget. Visit us at 12 North Central Avenue or schedule a virtual appointment at thediamondshop.net.
Hey Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to Extra Innings, presented by Gray Bar. Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. And by Circus Sports. Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. On the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
The pitch. Burleson swings and lifts a fly ball. Hit well, left center field. Cruz on the run. He gets back there, and that ball is out of here. Cruz watched it fly over the wall into the bleachers. A two-run homer for Alec Burleson.
Cardinals get the win tonight. They defeat Pittsburgh on the road 5-4, and with that, they come away with the series, and now they'll look for a 4-game series sweep. This has been a really fun 3 days. Every single game has kind of had its own personality, and this one for sure. Those final 3 innings, that was the most drama I feel like we've seen over like a final, over a seventh. That's why it's called high leverage. That's the most drama we have seen in a high leverage spot over multiple high leverage innings so far this year. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the heck out of this game. I enjoyed reliving the game when we did the highlight segment on the network. Like, it was just, games are stories, and the best games are the ones that tell the best stories. And this one today, that was quite the story. That was quite the story, the way this thing played out. Let's get to our insurance run of the game, sponsored by DeWitt Insurance in St. Charles, Missouri, proudly representing auto owners insurance. We didn't know at the time how important this run was going to be. So the Cardinals took a 3-1 lead into the top of the 7th inning. Ivan Herrera got a base hit to score Victor Scott II, who had gone on via a hit by pitch. Herrera's on at first. He would eventually get to second on a ground out. Jordan Walker would come up to the plate, and he would drive in what turns into the winning run. It is also our insurance run of the game.
First pitch to Walker is grounded to the left side. That's a base hit. Herrera rounds third base. He's going to score. The Cardinals pick up another run, and heading to second alertly is Jordan Walker. The Cardinals now lead 5-1.
They needed that one. Our insurance run of the game, sponsored by DeWitt Insurance in St. Charles, proudly representing auto owners insurance. Again, didn't know at the time when it was 5-1, but that was a run that absolutely was needed. Good question here. I was texting with some people about this tonight. Comment comes in on the video chat. Let's discuss third base defense with Arias, 3 errors and 47 chances versus Gorman 1 error in 39 chances. Yeah, Ramon Arias has a track record as a fantastic defensive infielder and defensive third baseman. Really good. And we have seen that throughout his career. He's won a Gold Glove. He's had moments this year, but it has not been consistent. He commits the error today. Something that we're probably not spending as much time talking about as we need to, and I've tried to bring it up a few times. It's just sometimes it gets buried by some other stuff that seems more important at the time. The defense that Nolan Gorman is putting up over at third, it's really good. It's really good. A guy that is not known for defense has been a plus defensive third baseman this year. And I talked to him about this. If you listen to the pregame show, I hope you are loyal listeners of Ameren Total Access that we run before the network play-by-play broadcast begins. But especially when the team is at home, I'm in the clubhouse before every game, and I had a conversation with Nolan just about defense. And he went and spent some time, I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, but in the offseason, he went and worked with a defensive guru just on third base stuff. And then he's taken some of the things that he's learned from that and took it into spring training and being able to, continue to work with folks like, Stubby Clapp here and during spring training, being able to work with Jose Kendo. But Gorman deserves so much credit for the work that he has put in to be able to turn into, at least so far through the first month plus of the season, into a plus defensive third baseman. It's been a really good thing to see, and I've enjoyed it, and I feel really good for Gorman that he was able to do so. Text message comes in from the 636, says, how many games do you lose the hit battle, the air battle by multiples, and strike out more and win the game? Gritty, young, midseason baseball. Yeah, that's we talk a lot about the run differential, where the Cardinals have not had a very good run differential, yet they are winning games. So they're winning games close, and when they lose games, sometimes those games are getting a little bit out of hand. They still have a negative run differential. It's not as bad as it was earlier this year, but it's at -8. That's definitely a sign of a team that's finding ways to win. I'm also, I don't want to throw cold water on this. This is not my goal here. It also scares me a little bit because there's some randomness in it. And I've talked about this a lot lately. There's randomness in having a really good record in one-run games. There's randomness in having as good of a record as they have in extra inning games. Those numbers for most teams tend to be around 500, and I think we can all hope that it doesn't fall back to that for the Cardinals, because that's been a big part of the story for this team this year. In fact, let's go ahead and do By the Numbers. By the Numbers, sponsored by Bank of Springfield. Bank boldly, bank with BOS, member FDIC. With this win today, the Cardinals are now 6-2 in one-run games. They are also now 11-2 when they score the first run of the game. So that's been pretty good. That has obviously been pretty good. They go to 4-1 on Wednesday games. So between Tuesday and Wednesday this year, they have a 9-1 record. They're doing a lot of things well. They're winning a lot of games, and it has been it's been fun to see. We got a text or a message that comes in from Corey Matthews. Is that for folks who are fans of the old Boy Meets World? I wonder if that's Corey's, is that your real name? Are you Corey Matthews? If so, I'm sorry, because I'm sure you get the Boy Meets World stuff all the time. If not, maybe you're just a fan of that, and you use that name either way. Says Cardinals use their reliable relievers when the game is close. And says it's a combo of good managing and lacking reliever depth. Yeah, and even some of the high leverage guys. Today, Riley O'Brien was a few inches seemingly away from having a blown save, which would have been his third in the last, week and a half. JoJo Romero, it could have gone poorly. I'm a little bit worried about JoJo, by the way, too. Not worried, like long-term worried. I've seen this before with JoJo where he gets overworked and then his effectiveness drops, and he doesn't give up a run today, but prior to today's outing, he had given up runs in each of his last 3 appearances, had not given up a run until then. Those were the first 3 games this year where he had given up runs. And I think back on his tenure with the Cardinals, and I think they need to be really, really careful on not overusing him, because when they overuse him, his velocity drops a little bit, his effectiveness drops a little bit, and then it takes a while to get it back. He's not somebody, unless something has changed, but historically, he has not been somebody that if you overuse him and his effectiveness starts to wane, that you just take your foot off the pedal for a week or so, and he just plops back to being who he was before. Historically, it seems like it's kind of a slow build back up. So that's the only thing that I would be a little bit concerned about on him. The way things are going right now for the bullpen, and sometimes the bullpens sometimes you get an all right night from the bullpen, sometimes not so much. And that's actually why I brought up Bryson Motz's name earlier. And I'm not sitting here trying to call for him to get called up. And if they really view him as a starting pitcher in the big leagues, which I'm not sure if he profiles out as a starter, and we certainly have seen the Cardinals turn guys into starters who have gotten their beginnings in the big leagues in the bullpen. But if there is a scenario, again, they have to make a move tomorrow with Hunter Dobbins getting added to the roster. If that move ends up being Justin Brule, which it could be, and you want to have that lefty in the bullpen, I wouldn't hate seeing Bryson Motz get an opportunity. So I don't know if that's going to happen that way. I'm going to be very curious to see what the move is. If Dobbins is just here for one start and then gets sent to Memphis, if they're going to stick with a 6-man, that's kind of the Michael McGreevy treatment from last year. If they're going to do something else with Dobbins being on the roster, I do the whole thing. So this isn't just the move that's going to be made tomorrow that interests me, but it's also the moves that follow after the Dobbins start. They mentioned on the broadcast tonight that after this Dobbins start occurs, they're going to kind of go back into the 5-man rotation. So they're just using this as the opportunity to have everybody just get one extra day kind of in the middle of this 17-day stretch. So that would indicate to me that they're likely to send Dobbins back to AAA after this, but that's not a guarantee at this point in time. That is just about going to do it for our show today. This has been a fun show. I've enjoyed talking through everything with you. We'll be back on tomorrow. Tom Ackerman will have the pregame show tomorrow morning. That's going to be at 10:40 in the morning. I'll be back with you for the postgame. We'll do the quick extra innings tomorrow, and then we'll do the full reaction and everything during Redbird Rush Hour and Sports Open Line coming up tomorrow as well. So a lot of Cardinal talk on KMOX all day tomorrow. It starts at it starts with Tom during TIAM and just everything he does baseball related, but in earnest with the pregame show, it will begin at 10:40. Thanks to everybody for being tuned in. Always love being able to talk to you, and we'll do this again coming up tomorrow for more Cardinals baseball right here on KMOX.
When you own a business, there's no shortage